Okay. I think we're here. I think we are live. One night only. This night only. Let's make chat bigger and let's tweet about it. And we're live. Red circle. Gotta have the red circle. Join me as I come afternoon as I continue my playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero. As I hear the ice cream truck outside with green leaves. Ooh, ice cream. Okay, and that's tweeted out. Wonder if that's being picked up. Now let's share. Boop. Time to share the link with everybody. Everybody who can join the stream. Join the stream. Everybody can join the stream if they want. But now I need to go over to Steam. Stream to Steam. Stream to Steam. Da, 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 da. Oh boy. It's one of those days. One of them days. Okay, I think we're good. Let me close that. Let me go over to OBS. We'll turn display capture on. Let's just make sure everything's closed. I don't want you people to see my desktop. I am ashamed of my desktop. Okay, here we go. That's my Steam window open. Now we can start this thing. Okay. Hey folks, and welcome to this edition of the Saturday afternoon stream. As I go back to chat. I need to go back to chat. Today we will be continuing our playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero. I hope you are doing well. I'm doing pretty well. Woke up a bit, neck hurt. I had some Panadol, went for a walk, had some breakfast. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like it's time for a nice chill stream. It's kind of warm out today. I've got the air on. I did have the door open, but you know, the weekend, apartment living, others think it's appropriate to have their radios and musics blasting. So I had to close up. Anyways, last time on Kentucky Route Zero, we played through the first two episodes and the first intermission as well, which was kind of art installation from Lula Chamberlain, who we met in episode 2 working at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Conway met, was it Shannon? I think it's Shannon. Yeah, Shannon Marquez. And they found the Zero, the mysterious Zero. Unfortunately, on the way there, Conway hurt his leg, and it got worse and worse over episode 2. We met a young boy who lived in a museum of dwellings, and we took a giant bird to a forest so Conway could have the doctor look at his leg. And just as he's drifting off under anesthetic, the doctor starts talking about billing. So, gasp. Things are probably not looking up for our intrepid hero. But first, as I click play and make sure everything's working, are we going to work? Let's have a look. Probably would help if I turn my controller on as well. Let's see. Let me put that there for me. Okay. So we're starting things off with the entertainment, which is there was a lot of experimentation with these interludes. This one, I believe, you could use VR with and kind of look around, as it's kind of a half an hour stage play. So I guess we should just begin. Actually, I'm not really hearing anything. I wonder if the sound's all working. Oh, I'm a fool. I am a foolish fool. Let me, I still had my wireless headphones on. It's always something, isn't it? Yeah, see, you can look around. 2 GD hut. It's cool in here. Yep. Like Babylon outside. GD, you're right. Well, cool in here. It's an oasis. Wait, I just want to see if we do have sound. Pardon me. Yeah, why isn't desktop audio working? Let's just have a quick look. Desktop audio has speakers. Yeah, it's there. Why aren't you working? Weird. Oh. Sorry, folks. Oh, there we go. Yep, we got sound. Man. is this entire thing going to be played with technical difficulties? Probably will. Okay. Wonder how Ted's holding up. AC. Down there, they all have it. Sure, you're right. I've never been to Texas. Oh, sure. They all have AC. Too cold almost. In July even. He's got a hotel. Yeah, hotel life. That's living. Maybe too much. I mean, what's to stop him, really? Meet some tall thing at the hotel bar. Nah. Ted's a good man. Nah, I know. He wouldn't run around. You're right. How about a beer? No beer today. Hard Times whiskey. That's all. That all you've got? It's good whiskey. Local. Yeah. You take deliveries from them? Sure. You ever see one of them? The boys from Hard Times? What? I heard they're strange. They work hard. They make a good whiskey. Who are we to judge? Sure, who are we? No one of consequence. What's all this? Bread for? Sandwiches. Rain's Law. Ha! The old ones went bad while you were on vacation. You have a good time. While the sandwiches rotted? Oh, you know me. Couldn't shut it off. 7 days on the beach and all I could think about was work. You know, the new kitchen. Maybe hire a hostess, you know? A hostess? At the lower depths. Crazy. Dark Souls reference. Nah. It's not so crazy. I was in a bar. Down there in New Orleans. They had a hostess. Some dive. She seats you and, I don't know, points out the specials. Could have specials every night in here. Drink specials. You make cocktails? Nah. Food specials. Monday night chicken. I don't know, grilled chicken? Caesar salad. Class it up, you know? Bess would have liked it. Here's the Bess. She's the best. Yeah. Let me grab a... Here's the Bess. Good Christian woman. Good Christian woman. How about that sot in the corner? Not bothering nobody. Been here long? I think they're talking about me as soon as I opened. Got started a bit earlier, I suspect. On a bender, huh? Sleeping in a ditch or something? You don't think, maybe Ted? Nah. Ted's a good man, honest, well-liked. He's liked, but he's well-liked. Sales is a good fit. Selling hammers. Can you believe it? Somebody has to. The hammers. They don't sell themselves. Here. It's just hard. Ted on the road. It's tough all over. What to do all day? Come here, I guess. Sure. That's what I do. Cheap drinks, conversation, and the entertainment. Sure. What's tonight? Oh, tonight it's... Oh, Junebug. I'll stay for that. I need some music. Get my mind off Ted. Something romantic, you know? A love song from when the world was young. What time? Around 8, maybe? Well, set 'em up slow, or I'll sleep right through it. And scene. Put it back on that. Time has passed, I guess. Weird Dinosaur Show, will you? Nah, those history programs don't make any sense. I prefer the nature programs. They think they can just say anything on TV. I don't believe there to be a damn word in the Bible about dinosaurs on the ark. Been a long time since Sunday school for me. Do you go to church, though? Well, nah, not since Bess. It was her church, really. Good Christian woman. Good Christian woman. Well, I'm curious to see where they're going with it. They've got you now. I just think they're going to run out of rope before long. Dinosaurs on the Ark. I prefer the nature programs. Yeah. So your vacation was good? 7 days poolside. I thought you said it was a beach. Oh, sure. No, it was a pool. Was it a pool? Or a beach? Maybe. I don't remember. Weird. You think I'm Making this up? No, Hi, Harry. Are the old folks here? Just me and Evelyn. All morning. Trying to get the right framing. Hi, Evelyn. And that sot in the corner. You're early, Pearl. Your parents usually don't roll in until the evening, 5 or 6. Everything all right? Oh, sure. Thanks. We just have some stuff to talk about. Well, post up here. And let's watch this weird dinosaur show. I'll stand you a drink. All Harry's pouring. Today is Hard Times whiskey. That all you got? They make a good whiskey. Sure, but you know the rumors. Rumors are rumors. Put it on my tab, Harry. You driving, Pearl? Oh God, no. You know they want almost 40 cents a gallon. Oh, if only. Whew. I had the early shift, so I just walked over. In this heat, you still working? Over there at Ace Jewelry and Loan. Joe Harden proudly trading shortcuts for dignity 6 days a week since 1962. At least they have the piety to shut down on Sunday. With Joe, it's more likely a hangover. Can't it be both? Well, I know you see more trade than I do. Must be slow over at the hardware store. Slow isn't the word. And now Ted is out. Shilling for quality hammers to make up income. Have you considered quality hammers on your shelf? We made the switch recently and business has tripled. Well, of course, I'd love to have dinner with your lovely daughters. Evelyn. Hey, a man gets lonely out on the road. I know how it is. Nah. Harry, you've been traveling, right? Sure, yeah. Down in New Orleans, just taking a break. A vacation. Looking around for ideas. Tell her about the pool or the beach. Evelyn? Sounds nice. And the hostess? I may just cut you off. The way the sentences are chopped up is kind of infuriating. So, the pool. Or the beach. Yeah, Harry. Which was it? Well, it was a week of relaxation, and now I'm back. You still look stressed, if you don't mind me saying. Yeah, he just looks like that. Sure, that's just how I look. I've never known you to leave town, Harry. I've never known you to leave this bar. Oh, no, I get out. You still drive that old truck? I don't know. I think they towed it eventually. The hell you say? That must have been years ago, Harry. How do you get around now? I take the bus or I walk. You walk to New Orleans? Watch it, Evelyn. Looks dejected. I didn't mean nothing by it, Harry. Harry, did you really go to New Orleans? Now, just where do you two get off? Sorry, forget it. Sure, she didn't mean nothing by it. We'll lay off you and get back to drinking. Gotta be ready for the entertainment. Oh, who's on tonight? Tonight, it's Junebug. Works for me. Round 8, I think. I'll stick around. I could use some sad music. I came here to break some hearts. What's that? The Dash Dreams. What are you talking about? Got to talk to my parents about their bar tab. I won't be paying for them anymore. Hang on now. No, it's time to cut the old folks loose and head west. I can't keep enabling them. You know, a debt's a debt now. Harry, I'm sorry. I know you've got a vested interest, and I don't want to make a victim of you. They'll come up with it somehow. I'm sure. No, it's not that. The thing about debts is you never know when they'll be reckoned and called in. What's that mean? I'm not saying anything, but I know debt, Harry. I see it all day. It's all around me, like a thick gray fog. It's in the air I breathe. At the pawn shop, they have a new financial technology. I'm the ambassador. Did you know that? A new technology. It's a new kind of debt, Evelyn. And it's a mess. What do you mean? A new kind of debt. You know what we do at the pawn shop? Secured loans. We don't buy used goods. We take personal property as collateral on a loan. Then, if you don't pay your loan, we sell your stuff. Sure, I get that. It works for people who couldn't get loans otherwise, I guess. Now, Harton has this new idea. He calls it a payday advance. Ugh. But it's just a short-term, unsecured loan with a wicked interest rate. There's no filtering. Most who borrow can't keep up. Then he has this big pile of debts with big returns on paper. And he can sell those debts to a bank. Huh? Who's borrowing? Like that. Who do you think? When Joe put me in charge of it, the only dark-skinned clerk in the whole shop? You think so? I know it. Don't you see? I look just like you. You can trust me. But Joe knows they won't pay on time. There's no money in lending, but there's money in usury. That's in the Bible. I won't be his shill. I just have to save a bit more, and then I go to California. I'll be a real clerk. At a credit union or something. Something ethical. I just have to get rid of these old parasites first. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. Well, my tab is in. It's good shape, I think. You're behind 2. Not as bad as the Slades, but, well, Harry, the only thing I owe you is a handshake in this whiskey you're about to pour me. Let's say this one's on me, Pearl. Nah, I'm good for it. For today. Let's just say it's on me. You're awfully strict about cash for a guy who just got back from a vacation. Drink up, Evelyn. Maybe you'd better find some other chair to sink into so your debts don't get reckoned out from under you. I'm out for a bit. I'll be back later to disappoint a couple of old deadbeats. I'll stay for the entertainment. I won't throw you out, but just remember what I said. Yeah, I can see some of you folks out there, but nothing's happening in chat. Is chat even working? Say hello if you're out there. I don't know if there's supposed to be sound effects either. Sorry, I'm just going to double check something here. That's weird. Oh, now I can hear it. Oh, that's very odd. Huh. Okay, things are just going strange today. Strange. Okay. Yep. Let's go back to the game. Ah, there's the ambiance. Management material. That's what he said. Is that so? 11 years behind. A supermarket till. You're damn right. Damn right. I have commitment and reliability. That's what he said. Management material. I bet they raise you to $3. I bet $4. The responsibility. God, that's disgusting. The small amount of money. You see Pearl today? She was working all day, I think. Usually doesn't work mornings. The Slade women are all getting promoted. I think they just put her on another shift. What's the morning shift like at a pawn shop? What the heck? Someone trying to contact me. Sigh. What's going on? Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm not able to see messages in chat, folks. Okay, let me just reload the this and let's see what's going on. Oh. Holy crap. Heaps of people talking. Oh, I'm so sorry. It wasn't showing me chat. Damn it. Well, now I feel the fool. Oh, boy. Well, hi, folks. Oh, dear. I thought it was just like I saw people, views, but I wasn't just seeing chat. Oh. That's a shame. Hi, how are you guys going? Oh, man. Well, man, what is it about this game and technical difficulties? Like last week, I just had a whole host of problems and had that thing with the sound earlier, and now this. And, well, despite me not being able to see you, have you been enjoying the entertainment so far? Let's get back to it. I mean, it's kind of appropriate that this game is cursed. It's, it's about debt and misery and trying to make a life for yourself as everything around you crumbles. And but let's continue with the entertainment. Harry, another round. We're celebrating 2 promotions in the family. So you're not really supposed to know anything about this. This is an interlude. Oh, talk to Pearl today? She worked all day. Oh, now I have to follow she was here earlier. I have to follow the conversation. Looking for you two. She'll be back. Why don't you just pace yourselves till you talk to her? She's cutting you off. We're celebrating. Oh, pace yourselves or pay your bill. Why are you so stuck on a bill all of a sudden? Are you sunstruck? Sure, it's twice as bright when you got the ocean and the pool both reflecting at you. Evelyn? You catch sight of any alligators? Yeah, this would work so much better in VR. You could just look at who's talking. Of course, it would help if there was voice acting, because then you could really know who's talking. What's that? Set him up, Harry. Junebug will be here any minute. We want to be receptive. See, the thing about the the thing about the interludes is they are related to the main story, and usually they have characters you will see in the main story, but usually they preempt them. So in Act 3, we will be visiting this bar. Shorten your bills? Let the books get away from you? Oh, you shouldn't be talking like that, buddy. That's an ignorant thing to say. Been doing my books for 10 years. Keeping this place alive all on my own. Ever since Bess. Good Christian woman. I ought to just let you run that tab up until you drown in it. Drink yourselves underground. No, now he didn't mean nothing by it, Harry. Yeah, Harry. You know I'm only joking. Sure, I know. I know you're joking. All right. Let's drink. I better slow down. Hard Times whiskey comes on strong. Oh, you don't know the half of it, buddy. Don't want to end up like that boiled owl in the corner. I can't tell anymore. I hear they have some secret ingredients. Yeah, they do. Or a secret process or something. Yeah, they do. Something in the wood. They age it in. Yeah, something strange in that wood. Drink up, Larry. Don't call me Larry. I'm Lawrence. It sounds like an old man. No, Lawrence sounds like an old man. All right, Silver Fox. Now you... I'll let it slide. Another? Well, I don't get paid until Friday. And I haven't seen Pearl all day. She can pick it up. She's ditching your asses to the curb. Don't count on it. What the hell kind of thing to say is that? Our own daughter. Generosities have limits. Wait. How do I know when you're done talking? I don't know what she said, but the slides are good for. I remember when I originally played this, I was using the mouse, which I can't use here because the cursor doesn't show up for some reason on the recording OBS. I think that's something I need to look into. But yeah, it was much easier to go back and forth with the mouse. Maybe others would find it easier. I still am not accustomed to like using an analog stick as a pointer. I still can't really play FPSs too well with a controller. Shouldn't Junebug be here now, Harry? Yep. That's what you get working with artists. Good entertainment, but it's always late. This is pretty late, though. We'll stick around. We're celebrating. Sure. Yeah, not expecting a late night sentimental call. And if he does, let it ring. The philanderer. Last drink, Evelyn? One more. You know, I haven't been able to follow chat because the dialogue is so quick pace here. I can't look over. She better show up soon. But I see it moving in the corner of my eye. Well, you know what? End scene. Let's see what's going on. What? What do you think about silver foxes? Well, I didn't know if I should mention this after he said silver foxes, but I recorded myself on camera for the ranking portion of my first Nest video. And the way the light was coming in, I noticed that when I turn my head, I'm really going gray, like right up here. And, you know, for a lot of folks, gray is like, oh no, I'm aging. Ah! But I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. I think on my oh no, God, I'm aging, I went through all that when I started going bald in my mid-20s. So I'm kind of all, oh no, I'm aging out. So yeah, I think the gray is kind of cool. Like when I was first growing this beard during COVID, I noticed like gray flecks. I'm like, hey, I'm distinguished. So let us continue. Now the other cool thing about this, like in VR would be so cool. Like there's kind of a twist. I think we're nearing the end of the entertainment, like the end of what this play is. But because it's a play, there is an audience. There is also a director. Now, you may think that's us just sitting in the corner sipping whiskey. You know, the characters have mentioned us, or have they mentioned us? They talked about the boiled owl in the corner, although we're not really in the corner. We're in the center of the room. But I don't want to give away too much, but let's just call it foreshadowing. Okay, so let's continue. Let's run the entertainment out. So Junebug is supposed to appear. She's the singer tonight, and we do meet Junebug in Act 3. Hey, Pearl's back. I love this song. I've never heard it. It's a love song. It's a Valentine. Sure. Ever been in love? Nope. Me neither. She's married, isn't she? Well, there's Ted. Son of a bitch. Evelyn. You love Ted, right? Right? He's a son of a bitch. Out on the road. selling hammers and hammering shop girls. You know he isn't. Why, wish he would. You don't mean that. Sure. I don't mean that. He's a son of a bitch. But you have to stick by your family. No, you don't. Sometimes. If it kills you, it shouldn't. Do you? Why? You just have to. No, you don't. Why? I love this song. What if they're better off without us? My folks could get better with money. No, they couldn't. Ted could, I don't know, meet someone new. He wouldn't. He's a good man. Would you? Ugh. All I want is to be free of parasites. Keep my own money, pay my own debts. Don't be a fool. Buy me a drink. What do you want? I want to run a hardware store with my dear husband. Evelyn, I want a whiskey. That's all you want? And a love song. She's in the maudlin stage of being drunk. You're my best friend. Oh, she could have said, sure. I'm missing dialogue. Pearl, you could have said something. Can I get everything here without moving my cursor? I shouldn't have to say anything, Dad. Letting us just sit and soak up a debt. We're celebrating. Pearl, it's supposed to be a celebration. Don't you know the news? Larry, drop it. So celebrate. I'm not stopping you, but I'm not paying for it. Your mother's going to be a manager. So put a manager's salary on that tab. It's not. Sure, they said she's management material. What kind of material are you, Pearl? Maybe. He said maybe. I'm made of sweat and blood and beer. Just like you raised me. That's a damn strange thing to say. Sure, my hands are cut up, but you're a loan clerk. And your mother is a manager at a supermarket. Damn it, Lawrence. It's not settled. Not settled? Yeah, they're dangling it in front of her. I think she said she was there 11 years. She'll probably be there 11 more before she gets it, if she ever does. Rosa, what did he say to you? Remember what he said to you? He said, didn't he? He said, maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. Management material. Keep your chin up. Maybe eventually. Sooner or later. Keep your chin up. How's that, Dad? Enough. You can still settle. It'll just take longer. I should look again. Just sit with me. Larry. Let's just wait for the music. Get away from the awfulness. Sure. We can celebrate. Sure. Slater women are moving it. Did you notice that there's a cinder block on their table between two slices of bread? Oh, if she's this late, she's not coming. Junebug still hasn't appeared. Well, I know why. Where's Junebug? Where's the entertainment? I said, if she's this late, she always shows up. I've got nothing better to do. You gonna settle? Up first? Don't be a fool. Watch it. I'll buy you a drink. And her parents are probably gonna get mad now. How about water, Evelyn? And maybe call it the night? What time is it? I love this song. It's relaxing. I wish there was music in the background, like the sun by the pool on a beach full of gators. God damn it, Evelyn. Harry, your language. What would Bess think? Good Christian woman. God damn it, who cares? If I did or didn't go to New Orleans. She didn't mean anything by it. Maybe I just sat here alone in the dark. Would you like that, Evelyn? That's what you want to hear? Watching nature. Programs in the dark. Just me and the deer. And the gators. And the goddamn dinosaurs. It was Harry's Ark, Evelyn, 2 by 2, out of the flood and into the poorhouse. She's just drunk. All on my dime, but there's going to be a reckoning. All of you. Just stick around and you'll see. What are you talking about, Harry? What reckoning? Old Harry is going to go, I want to hear another love song. Harry's going to be spare. Where's Junebug? I hope she never shows up. I can't pay her. The money's run out. What's that? It's gone. The money's all gone. I let you sponges soak up so many free drinks, now I can't even stock the whiskey without striking a deal. No more whiskey? Harry, what kind of deal? It doesn't matter. You can't blame us. Harry, we're just a little short. From time to time. All the time. Sure. Just leave, Pearl. Just trust me. Okay. I'm leaving. Are you sure? I'm sure. You don't deserve this. All I want is a love song and a whiskey. You'll have plenty of time for whiskey. I just want to be left alone. That man is like a straitjacket. I know, Evelyn. If only he'd meet some tall, young thing on the road. I know. 11 years behind a supermarket till. Keep your chin up. Rosa, eventually. Maybe. Maybe eventually. Now you should all clear out. Where would we go? Just let us wait. Let us wait for Junebug. We're good for it. We just want to have a few drinks. See the entertainment, then we'll go home. But what if you are the entertainment? You don't understand. Sure. You know, we know you're struggling. We're all struggling. Harry, you said you have a deal, right? God damn it. You don't understand me. Harry, your language. What's to understand? We'll settle our debt soon. Rose is in line for this promotion. Oh. All they want is debt. They feed on it. They put it in the whiskey. What? What the hell are you saying? He'll be here soon. The boy from Hard Times. There'll be a reckoning. Harry, our debt's not to the distillery. It is now. I traded it. I sold it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, now look at chat. Couldn't stand Lord Seafood. I couldn't stand playing this game, but I knew Dave would like it. This is a more enjoyable way to experience it. Yeah, no, I understand that. Like, while it's inspired by adventure games, it's not even really an adventure game because there are no puzzles. It's just basically dialogue and experiencing a story. And wow, like, yeah, I love this game. Just in terms of what it's about, and I think the interactivity is important, especially in Act 3, which we'll see. I wonder if we'll get through all of Act 3 today. But yeah, I think it's special also because it is very experimental. You know, the whole thing's kind of inspired by theater, and heck, this is a play, and it's just got really good writing, and it's not a good time in terms of like the content. The subject matter is pretty depressing, really. So I'll try my best to keep it light. Maybe some ad-libbing, maybe not. Obviously, chat, if you'd like to help me out, you know, keep me going and keep things light, that's fair enough, because this is a heavy game. But yeah, it's I'm doing my dishes. Do I wash the big stuff or small stuff first? Well, like, I just stick all mine in the dishwasher. Back when I used to do them by hand, I think I did the big stuff first to get it out of the way. Because, like, it's easier to move the small stuff around the big stuff if you got, like, one of those drying racks. Anyway. Oh! Yep, this is the ending. So the end of the play was basically Harry telling them, well, your debt's no longer to me, it's to the distillery. And then you hear this static, this horrible, horrible static. And you know, I talked earlier about how there's an audience watching this play. Well, I think it's time we finally have a look at it. Man, I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, what the hell, man? Hey, Pearl's there. There's the audience. And there's the director. That's the entertainment. And that's also that whole play is kind of foreshadowing for not only Act 3, but that's kind of, oh, it's always hard distilling whiskey distilling like what a story is down into like one idea, because usually a story is so many things kind of converging. You know, the people who write the stories often have a lot in their minds, so everything they're thinking about goes into the work. But, you know, debt plays a huge role in what this whole thing is about. No, Drew, that is not Jesus. But let's see, what's the time? It's 1:50. Well, that took a little longer than half an hour. I think it's because we had technical difficulties. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on my first break, and we'll be back soon. Okay, let me put on some more happy-go-lucky music. Okay, what should I put on? Something happy. I'm trying to think of one of the happier games I like. Yeah, how about that? I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Ah, thank you, Dorkex. I'm back. The mic is back. Did I not turn it off? 83 and sunny now. Looks like it's going to get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get out those parasols. Haha. Okay, yeah, geez, man. See, cursed. It's a cursed game. But I am coming through, right? I am coming through. Tell me, please. As I was saying, when we last left off at the end of Act 2, Conway was going under anesthetic to get his leg treated. Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit, so if you're headed to work on 31, you are late, my friend. Haha. Sugar? As it is. I like my coffee like I like my tar, black. That's what Ira used to say. I had a dream about him last night. Those old horses of Ira's used to keep me up. You thought they were having bad dreams, I remember. Ira wouldn't hear it. They're just horses. But those horses were troubled. Brownie got sick every morning in the stable. That's right. Charlie loved those horses. He'd sit on the roof and read his textbooks and watch them. He was so careful here, or our roof was just in better shape than the one he fell from. Charlie was alone on that roof. I guess he was. He was so bright, his teacher said, what was the word? Imaginative. That's it. How could I forget? It wasn't his fault. It wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's what we mean when we say it's... An accident, a tragedy, a shame. An accident. Sounds good. Sure. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can hold up. That truck will outlive us all. I hope you're right. I'm glad you'll keep it. Ira would have wanted you to have it. It's been running since Charlie was born. Ira took me to the hospital in that truck. So did you once. Your knee. My new knee. Plastic. It'll be like a souvenir. So, long drive. Okay, so Drew, in the last episode, come on, work. One of the things I really like about this is dialogue. Unlike a lot of other adventure games, there's no going back in conversation. Conversation keeps moving forward. Now, the interesting thing about the game is there is a text file that actually logs like every narrative decision you make, which means like every little dialogue decision you make gets logged. And I'm not sure the game actually does much with them. I could be wrong, but the idea is less that you're shaping the way the story goes and more you're shaping the way you feel about the characters, who you think like Conway is, who you think Shannon is. Is it Shannon? I think it's Shannon is. All these characters, you kind of shape them yourselves. Like the arc they go through is always going to be the same, but the details are going to change because of your decisions and how you feel about who these people should be and maybe what happened in their past and why they're here. And yeah, I like that, kind of gives the player more authorial intent. It's maybe the most Dave game yet. What does that mean? So, long drive? They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm sure we can fill it. Guess that'll be the last. I guess it will be. The last act of Lisette's Antiques. What's the word? Oh, yes. And it, because you weren't here, Drew, or anyone who's listening who wasn't here for episode 1, the whole plot is that Conway is driving a delivery truck. He's on his final delivery. He's trying to find a place called 5 Dogwood Drive, which seemingly does not exist. So the gas station attendant pointed him towards a mysterious highway that doesn't exist called the Zero. And in Act 1, we found the Zero. In Act 2, we traveled all through the Zero. Of course, in Act 1, Conway hurt his leg, and he picked up Shannon, who's a TV repairwoman, and now we picked up a little kid whose parents were abandoned, and we flew on a giant bird into a forest to get to the doctor. And this is all true. You can go back and watch the stream. But yes, the basic idea is that Conway is trying to find 5 Dogwood Drive. You just seem very connected to your personality and taste. Mentioned as a compliment. Oh, I took it that way. Yeah, and thanks. Yeah. I when I finally played this game in 2020, because I had to wait for all the episodes to come out. That's just how I roll with episode gaming. I really liked it. I made a video. I was about to make a video. I wrote a script, and I recorded the audio, and then I felt really insecure about what I was saying about the game. Like I didn't go deep enough, or I didn't have anything. I felt I didn't have anything interesting to say, but I didn't want. So I didn't want to make the video, but I didn't want to scrap the script. So the script is up on my blog if you ever want to read it. But yeah, it's a wild game. I really like it. In terms of like experimental narrative games or games with strong stories, or even just interesting adventure games, this is one of the best of the last decade, easily. Oh, yeah, it is on Game Pass. Yeah, such a good service for now. I guess the last act of Lisette's Antiques, the what's the word? Finale. Maybe. No, that's not the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something, or I've had too much. Oh yeah, I I know that feeling. The I shouldn't have had that last cup of coffee feeling. For me, it's less like shakes or sweating. It's more like a feeling in the chest and the gut where like, yeah, this isn't feeling good. I really should have stopped. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable there will start to be words that I lose forever. Oh, that's sad. Even like, God, last 5 years, last 10 years, only like writing, or, it's mostly when I'm writing, but when I'm talking to people, it's like, have something eloquent I want to say. It's always something really important, and the word's there, and I'm about to grab the word, and it just goes poof, disappears. And I spend like minutes just trying to scramble through my head, tracing the memory back to try and find it again. And sometimes it comes, but often it doesn't. And that's always worrying. It's like, am I getting dementia this early, or is it just something that happens? Do I need to eat better? Well, I probably do need to eat better. We all need to eat better, but I mean, I'm still able to write and think and talk. Is it going to get much worse? Maybe I'll wait till it gets worse. Famous last words. What are those boxes you set in the hallway? Those are your clothes. You packed them yesterday. Of course. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me? Sure, Liz. I'll wait with you. There's your traffic and weather on the fives. That's every 10 minutes, brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. And yeah, every like interaction does kind of play out like its own scene. And because this is kind of theater based, it should say scene 1 or scene 2. I guess this is the cold open. Ah, he's back in the doctor's office. And isn't that interesting? Look at his leg. But that's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well enough here that they'll only want to bill for, oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truman says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so... I was dreaming. That's unlikely. Noripinol TM is quite powerful. In fact, many patients report a sensation of lost time. Do you feel like you've lost time? I guess so. It's been about 2 hours. I feel like I got some rest. Good. How about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Yeah, that's the important part. Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it. Well? Oh, that's an interesting third choice. Just getting lost in the memory again. It was the heat, the shingles, but I think I'm going to go with, this isn't my leg. Not your, of course it's your leg. Looks wrong, you replaced it. It doesn't feel like it belongs to me anymore. Ooh, that's more true, I think. It looks wrong. You replaced it. I haven't encountered this reaction before, but it's not totally unheard of. I read a paper at something like this last year. It can happen for a lot of reasons: neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it won't persist in your case. Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the neuropnol. Yeah, TM. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving at least for another hour or two regardless. Thank you, doctor. I can drive. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have him stare his leg. Let's talk about a few things you should be aware of: recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. Oh, I'm used to a few side effects. Yes, so far we get the idea that Conway is a recovering alcoholic. How long am I going to be recovering? Well, at your age, I want to be clear, you should expect lingering effects of the injury for more or less the rest of your life. Don't immerse it fully in water. Avoid extremes of temperature. I'd stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible. Mountain lions? Good advice in any context. Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth, moisten with water or isopropyl alcohol. You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So, do you have any questions? Anything about the bill that didn't make sense? I didn't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip. I don't want to think about that bill right now. Sure. Well, you can go over it later. If you have any questions, there's a phone number on the bottom where you can reach the Consolidated Power Company. They handle all the billing. I wouldn't put it off too long if I were you. Oh, one more thing. Don't be alarmed if you experience any side effects of the Neripnol TM. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irregular perception of time. About 15% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about, just keep it in mind. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to your truck. Julian's the giant bird. End scene. Act 3, Scene 1. a Dusty Roads reference. I guess we've all fallen on hard times. Let's talk to Homer. Homer's his dog, who we can talk to at the end of every scene. You get some rest back there? The doctor seemed nice enough. Just got in over his head is all. Let's talk to Shannon. How are the drugs treating you? I don't like to take medicine. Nah, it's good for you. He's a doctor, right? I know what you mean, though. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. They almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested. And we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. If a cut got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, Mom would talk to so-and-so who knew so-and-so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy anecdotal warnings and superstitions, like all this lore that came with it. Like magic, dangerous, mysterious. Weaver's folks couldn't help? Yeah, they had pretty good health care through the university for a while there. A couple times they'd swing something, so I got a bit of whatever Weaver needed. In high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once, and you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room, you know? So she had these pills. They seemed to help. I was struggling in school too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills. Did it help? At first, yeah, it helped a lot. I had a kind presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed, my notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remembered this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision. I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt I had to stay with it until I recalled the whole thing perfectly. It was just a tiny nothing moment. My mom patching up the side of a birdcage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound. The cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and knotting, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie. My parents came back from a triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of the bed, pen in my hand, delirious with thirst, patching that birdcage with a 1,000-yard stare. Okay. I asked my girlfriend if we could name our kid Homer. She didn't like that idea. I've missed a few things. Namely Conway or Shannon. So, what's the plan here? Let's go to the 0. Ooh, food. I could use a bite to eat. Oh, okay, you've been on the road a while. Well, there's an all-night convenience store not too far from here. Is that okay? Sounds good to me. Okay, we can take 31 heading east. It's right before 65. 31 heading east, it's before 65. Cool, cool, cool. They are ready to leave. Oh, there's a lot of wrestling lore out there, Drew. East until you hit 65, wasn't it? Well, that's 65. The truck's engine sputters and dies as Conway guides it carefully off the road next to a fallen tree. Well, that sucks. A tree. God, I love just the way the game looks. So minimalist but effective. Nothing to be done? Can you take a look at it? I guess I could poke around in there, but I don't know a damn thing about engines. Wait, is this why you always leave your truck running? That's right, the truck has never been turned off the whole game. Lysets is up on a hill, so I get the picture. Anyway, do you know this area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand? Looks like a road crew's been out here. Plus, here's the thing, Drew, and I say this as a huge wrestling fan. The good stuff, like when wrestling is really good, it's very rare. Like most wrestling, I'd say maybe like 40% of wrestling is just like okay and entertaining. 50% is utter garbage. And then 10% is like gold. Now, these days, I think the okay and the good outweighs the garbage. But yeah, it's one of those things where you just hang in there as a fan, because every now and then, actually, I know everyone hates him now, but Max Landis did a video called "Wrestling Isn't Wrestling" years ago. I recommend that. That's a really good video, and he says, when wrestling's good, it's fucking great, and Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like if you want recommendations on where to start, I mean myself or Dork or any wrestling fan could all give you our favorites. Yeah, God, I've been a fan since I was like a kid and just never gone away. So it's so hard to think of, like, well, what would you show someone new who was just getting into it? And here's the thing as well. So sorry, folks who are watching who don't like wrestling at all, and I'm derailing this, so I'll try and finish this thought. But you know, every promotion, especially wrestling in different parts of the world, is completely different. So it's like, you might really like the hard-hitting, sports-orientated Japanese style, but then in Japan, like every Fed does its own thing as well. There's the lucha libre style from Mexico. In the UK, it's much more technical based, like holds and escapes and all that. The US is like the big characters and like heroes and villains, but also as the internet's come into vogue and the world's gotten smaller, all the countries have kind of influenced each other's styles, so everything's kind of like a mix of everything now. Oh, it's so hard. Yeah, I'll think about this, or maybe talk to you off stream. For now, let's continue with Kentucky Route Zero. Oh yeah, yeah. I basically have. Okay, I'll just mention that because Lord Seafood brought up. I've I've sworn off WWE for pretty much a decade now. It was like the year after Bryan won the Royal Rumble. Sorry, Bryan won at WrestleMania. That was the last time I was like really into it. And like NXT held me for a bit, but then I just floated away, discovered New Japan, went AEW. That's kind of my main thing right now. But yeah, the stuff that's been going on with Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, and now Cody is really compelling wrestling television. Like that stuff's really cool. I've like watched clips on YouTube. I'm not going to go back and watch it, not yet at least. Who knows if like Elimination Chamber this weekend ends up being like a huge moment. I might go search it out. If WrestleMania ends up being huge, I might go see that. But you know, yeah, I'm kind of twice burned. What is it? Once burned, twice shy. Is that the saying? Okay. Okay, so do you know this area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand? Looks like a road crew's been out here. Hey, we should call someone. Do you know a good towing company? Lucky Boot Collision and Towing. Mercedent Wreck Recovery. I can't read the name or the number on this flyer, but it looks like a picture of a tow truck. Worth a shot. I'll give them a call. I hope I can get a signal out here. Shan speaks into a large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Hi, hello. We've got an old, I want to say diesel, old truck just stalled out. I love this. You can choose the emotion of their reply. Irritable, sleepy, confused. Let's go with sleepy. Did I wake you? Your card says open 23 hours a day. Accusatory. Inquisitive. Suspicious. Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Exactly. That's all. Apologetic. Forceful. Or obtuse. Let's go apologetic. No, it's okay. We just need to get to an auto shop and get this taken care of. Wistful. Maudlin. Concerned. Thanks for the offer, but we really just need a tow is all. Pragmatic. Meticulous. Neighborly. Pragmatic. Right, yeah, thanks. Okay, it's... where are we? We're out off 65, just kind of pulled up by this tree that fell over. Placating, specific, tangential. I kind of want to hit tangential, but let's go specific. That's actually a pretty accurate description of it, yeah. Hanging over the power lines, just like that. Did you see it go down? Dismissive, indulgent, assertive. Okay, my pleasure. How long do you think you'll be? Silence, radio music, distant traffic sounds. Silence. Hello? Sorry, folks, just... sorry. Loud music going on. Distracting. That's the way my brain works. Any little noise, and I can't filter it out. My attention just kind of goes towards it. It's very annoying. Wish I could just ignore things. God, that's so annoying. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Super Eye Patch Wolf wrestling videos is really good. The stuff on the Golden Lovers, I think that was his first one he did, which is really good. Okay. I think they're on their way. Guess we have some time to kill. Pretty grim place to be stuck. I wonder what happened to the tree, I mean. Maybe it was just old. You know what used to happen to old trees out in the forest? Wildfire would come through and clear them all out. It made room for the new trees. But then people built houses, and we can't have fires going all the time, so we keep putting them out. Now we have all these old trees choking out the saplings, starving the young trees for resources, just clinging on to life until snap, and then some road crew comes by and blasts the stump with dynamite. I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe I can get it going again. No point just standing around. That's right, I guess has just decided to join us on this drive. Well, I mean, he doesn't have parents. Are you bored? Are you? Yeah, most of the time. Let's play a game. What would you like to play? We can tell the future with this little tree branch. It's pretty easy. We just break off all the little sticks on each section and count through the different things that could happen. Okay, what should we ask? It should be about you. I can't do both the counting out and the questions. What kind of job will I have next? Ezra snaps the smaller branches away, one at a time, counting out possibilities. Doctor, lawyer, taxman, driver. Driver. Okay, what else? What kind of bed will I sleep in tonight? King size, queen size, twin size, bunk. Bunk. Well, you don't start with the good ones and then move down to the smaller ones. These other branches are too bare. Don't worry about it too much. It's just a bunch of sticks. Oh, Dorcax, yeah, that happens to me too. Birds, dogs, cars in the distance, people talking's a big one. Oh, hey, look at this. New characters. Is this the right way? I don't recognize these trees. What's to recognize? Just a bunch of trees. Hey, it's Junebug. She's trying to make it for the entertainment. Just the trees are so quiet, right? Usually you'd hear birds, wind, a squirrel or something. Doesn't seem so quiet right now. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm a little bored. I'll work some chord progressions in my head for a while or something. Haha. How far out are we? Are we there yet? Oh, stop. Harry's not going to be happy. You know he doesn't like me anyway. I'll tell him about the frog. He won't understand. Let's talk to Johnny. More than all silver and gold of this earth. What's that? You should have been a poet. I'll leave poetry to the professionals. What's on your mind, Cricket? Oh, I don't know. Just looking at the stars. Hope we get there soon. Never been this late. Keep on dreaming and I'll keep on driving. Okay, thank you, ma'am. They look like they could use some help. You going to fix it up for them, Johnny? Oh, I don't know. A wrench from a cattle prod. I thought maybe you... I guess it's up to some good Samaritan. Someone will stop eventually. Someone will know where else to be. You know, we're already late. So we better keep moving. I just mean, what's another few minutes? Just fine, just for a few minutes though. You're the best. And hey, maybe if they're not busy, they can fill some seats at the gig. You know, if no one's there, Harry will try and bilk us on our fee. Maniacs. Are you okay? Sure, you? Oh, no, I'm fine. Thanks. They were in a hurry. Some folks are always in a hurry. Not you, though, huh? You just keep drifting along and don't let anyone rush you. What is that? Is that patience? Something like patience. I guess that's what I like about you, old man. You know how to wait. I don't think I ever will. Man, that music's getting to me. You probably can't hear it, but oof. Stay here. Careful, he's wicked with strangers. Ha, you. Cool, you can choose who responds. Conway, Shannon, or Ezra. You didn't have to stop. We've got a tow coming. Hear that, Cricket? We didn't have to stop. Oh, why'd we stop? That's a good question. These folks seem to have a certain handle on the situation. So... Oh, we thought you were stopping to help. Sure, something like that. Listen, we've got 2 questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you? Probably from space. I always said you fell from heaven, ma'am. To Johnny, otherworldly. That's unmistakable. Now, here's another question for you. Do you like music? Do you like music? Sometimes I like to leave the radio dialed between stations. Of course you do. Say, they should come to our gig. What an idea. Well, we're waiting for a tow. A tow? I won't hear about it. This time of night, you'll be kicking your heels till dawn. We'll fix your truck up. Me and Johnny are a couple regular gearheads. Why, I just put a new cylinder block in this baby over here. The sloth on wheels, the vicious cycle. Ooh, what do I pick? Dave, what kind of music is it? Oh. Well, because it's got a tinny quality to it, I imagine it's either radio or a Bluetooth speaker. Actually, it's probably Spotify over a Bluetooth speaker, isn't it? It sounds like pop music. I mainly hear vocals. The vicious cycle. We'll go over that one. That's what we call our bike. We call it the vicious cycle. Pretty tough, huh? We'll get you fixed up quick so you can come to the gig. See, we have a regular booking tonight, and well, we're running late. Very late. That's what I told them. Now, the old man who runs this venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious withholder, and if we don't get a few bodies in the crowd, well, he'll go all penny pinching on us. Just a short set. We only have one song prepared. You'll come to the gig, won't you? Of course we will. Of course they will. Can you believe we almost didn't stop? To Homer, hungry old man? I think I've got a crust in the sidecar here. After all, it's so late. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Our gig's at an old tavern called the Lower Depths. It's over there by old Charlie Moran Highway, just east off 65. We usually take a right off the interstate around the petting zoo. Johnny likes the petting zoo. I do like the petting zoo. Now, let's see about that truck of yours. I feel certain we can get it running. Okay, here we go. Well, I wouldn't call them people of I wouldn't call them people of taste, Drew, because see, that's what's annoying. The music distracting me is annoying enough, but then I get in my head like just how people can be so inconsiderate to blast their music and annoy others. Like everything I listen to, I make sure I'm like wearing headphones and not disturbing other people. Okay, so how do we... There we go, field notes. Over by Charlie Moran Highway, east off 65. Take a right around the petting zoo. Where is the petting zoo? There's the petting zoo. So now we take a right, Charlie Moran Highway, and there's the tavern. At 3, scene 3. The Lower Depths. Feels a little like home, huh? It's not all bad memories. Some of it I don't remember at all, or gentler chimes in a twisted kind of way. Kind of late. Are you sure they're open? Sure, they're open. This is one of those places. Let's head on in. We are not saints, but we've kept our appointment. How many people can boast as much? That's lovely, ma'am. Who said it? A poet. Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard's bare. Have some vision, Cricket. We've got 1, 2, 4 patrons. Harry doesn't count. Well, we've done more with less. What kind of music do you play? It's like Cyrano Cole meets Ike Towner, but with a woman lead, and the keyboards are kind of ambient whisper wave. A little bit more reverb. There's some Dolly Crown in there too, like the early stuff before she joined the Sheet Swingers. Better drum programming though. I don't know who those people are. Well, you'll hear it in a minute. Let's talk to Ezra. Ezra flips eagerly through the jukebox's catalog of songs. What do you think? I don't know how to play this game. All I'm pouring tonight is Hard Times whiskey. Got any coffee going? No coffee. Hard Times whiskey. Yelling towards exit. Say, shut the GD door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC all night. Sorry, Harry. Oh, it's you two. Where have you been? Never mind. Listen, I can't keep this place open through the small hours of the night just waiting for musicians. Where is everyone? Everybody had to, clear out. Let's get set up, huh? there's nobody here to listen to it. I can't pay for. We brought some people, Harry. A crowd is forming. Yeah, but also I. Couldn't you use a break, Harry? Been on my feet all day. But I. This is a beautiful little scene. How's it all looking out there? How are y'all feeling tonight? Can we get a bit more reverb in the monitors? Harry adjusts a soundboard behind the bar. How's that? Test 1 350. Lamentation. Sounds good. How's everybody doing? Anybody had a real bad night? To Conway. How about you, old man? Yeah, real bad. We'll try not to make it too much worse. This is a song I heard in a tavern many years ago at an open mic night. Me and Johnny were out just riding around, you know. You like to drive around, old man? That's where I feel at home. Of course you do. Yeah, Dork, same thing. It's like the blocking and the... where they put the camera. Really interesting. Especially in Act 5. How that works. We'll get there eventually. So we were out riding around and we passed this gaudy old tavern. I mean, it was a real dive. Busted up facade. Weeds in the parking lot. Taps all dry. Bats in the bar room. And run by this creaky bag of bones. Looked like the only thing keeping him awake was the fear of death. So glad to be back here at the lower depths. Hey now. So we stopped for an early drink, and there was a lady singing right here on stage. The song she sang, well, it stuck with us, and now it's a regular part of our repertoire. Never got that lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal, and she had a voice like Scotch whiskey. We just hope we do her song justice. So here it is, Too Late to Love You. Never should have met you. love the I mean, like, there's some effect on her voice, and just makes it seem like either robotic or otherworldly. Hey, it's Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Like when she sung too long there, yeah. Like a warble. Now that harmonizing, that's got to be auto-tune, right? It's funny how this is one of the most memorable scenes of the game for me, and the other one that I really think about has to do with a song as well. It's just something about music. I like the little synth drums. Well, I don't know if synth. It kind of sounds like you're tapping drumsticks together. And now we return to reality. Woodblock, yeah. That's exactly the word I was looking for. Well, hope you liked it. Kind of sad, isn't it? Kind of. Listen, we appreciate you folks sticking around for the show. There's nothing more wretched than playing sad songs to an empty room. We've just got to get our fee from Harry, and then we'll get you headed to the zero. Oh, I thought that sound was Conway's leg moving, but I think that was Junebug and what was his name? Johnny. Well, Harry, I think that went pretty well. I'd say the crowd was into it. Reverential. Rapt. I guess the usual fee is about right, and we'll let you get back to your business. Well, that's just the... Damn it, I was trying to tell you to. I can't pay. They clean me out. I've got nothing left but a GD IOU from the distillery. An IOU? Yeah, I traded them for some whiskey. I guess I had some surplus credit, so I got this note to get some more from them later on. Must have been a hell of a trade. I had to. Got to keep this place open somehow, goddammit. Watch your language, Harry. Could you pay them with your IOU? Well, Very contemporary, very astute. How about it, Harry? Let's push some paper around. Well, it's just... I can collect on it here when they bring more whiskey up, but for you to cash in, you'd have to go down to, down to the distillery, down to hard times. You've got to take the zero. So that's what we'll do. How do we get there? Are you folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been myself, but people hear things, rumors. That's where we gotta go. Well, I'll tell you then. But this is it, right? We're square? Harry, you're all right. If only. You got a radio in your car? Yep. Well, here's what you gotta do. Take a left out of the parking lot, then just fiddle around on your dial until you hear something familiar but strange. You know the feeling? Like, I used to go hunt with my uncle out in the mountains, and I watch these nature programs. They're filmed in the mountains, and there's the deer, and I know all the plants and every kind of tree, but something just doesn't look right. And it's even stranger for being so close to familiar. Something like that. You'll know it when you hear it. Fix that strange but familiar station on your dial, drive for a bit, then turn around when the station cuts out. Right then. Hope you folks find what you're looking for. Eventually. Always a pleasure, Harry. Sardonic, is it? "11 p.m. busy Saturday," so Drew's going. Well, thanks for hanging around, Drew. Hope you had fun. Okay. It is almost 3, so I'm going to take my second break. And the final break. The final break. It's the final break. I'll put on some more Yoshi's Island. I'll tempt the wrath of the copyright gods. See you all in about 5 minutes. Okay, we'll stop that. Well, hope you all had a pleasant rest. I was trying to put up with the music outside, but hey, they seem to have at least turned it down a bit. So, let us continue with Kentucky Route Zero. I was about to try and do a rhyming thing, but nope, that didn't work. Anyways, what was the thing we needed to it's rumbling. This station doesn't quite match that bartender's description. Okay, definitely weird though. Let's keep scanning. He said we know it when we heard it. As long as it isn't 4 non-blondes on repeat for hours on end, you'll be fine. And I said, hey, 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 hey. God, I love the He-Man version of that. And he tries! Oh, I can still hear that crap in the background. People really need to... So angry. Maybe this isn't the right one. No. She hasn't told me to change the channel, so we're probably on the right track. So, drive for a while until the station cuts out and then turn around. Getting a lot of rumble. This does kind of feel like the right music, but I thought it would have cut out by now. Huh, Julian's following us. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm not doing it right. Hidden roads. Maybe I should try and change the station again. I wonder if they'll tell us, actually, now that I think of it. Ah, there we go. Never heard this before. Sounds like horses. Horses running. A race? Lesage and Ira had some horses years back. Yeah, I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big and, I don't know, you look into their eyes and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time, since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out. Yeah, there we go. Horses. The horses. Where am I headed now? Probably back to the bureau, right? And there's the Hall of the Mountain King. Bum 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 bum. Ah, if you ever a chance, you should check out the version of that song by Apocalyptica. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. I'll go talk to Homer. They don't keep the roads up too well, do they? Not down here. Who do you think is responsible? Let's go talk to Johnny. Time to cut him loose, ma'am. You bored? Nah, it's a slow night anyway. I'm happy just tagging along. We'll go up on the boardwalk, out on the sun, under the board. Oh, we're not going under the boardwalk. That reference doesn't work. Roop. Ooh, are those cactuses or a loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. Those like cactuses or stone formations? What do you reckon? Let me go up. Let's look at the computers. Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. There's a pet carrier. Ooh, there's a fire. A pet carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket. There's a person. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. Fire. 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 A pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the corner of the chamber. Ah, there's Amy. Let's go talk to Amy. Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. To Conway. And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interest at heart while really... To Junebug. Really, you're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of the picture. I'm into it. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bodice-ripping stuff, you know. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment, just me and my thesaurus, steaming up the windows. Why did you stop writing? You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that, inject a little libido into these ugly beige boxes. So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction. And then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with a doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Old man. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Softly. Where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you? What's that song? Oh, you've cut a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. In old Kentucky where my love, a lonely home to build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and... that is... what were we talking about? We're a bit lost, actually. Ah, you come from the road, the zero. No, you should stay off that road. Not safe. Bizarre topology. You'll never get anywhere. Just brings you right back here. The bridge is out down there. Yes, we're quite marooned in this moment. But I don't mind. Not anymore. This is where my life's work is. The computer. Right on the other side of the spire. It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement, left in this cave to rot. Or it's a flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. That's to say nothing of the software. But you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffuse-based transistor circuitry? Sounds like it would short circuit. Certainly. But not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in nonlinear, chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results, only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere gardeners in the rooms. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late, always too late. What? Did you say something? You were about to tell us about the software. Oh, the software. My life's work. Xanadu. You've heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in a journal. It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes, Hypertextual Narrative as Post-Structural Witness. That's definitely an academic title. Evolved and then deteriorated. Donald sighs dramatically and takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you are too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted. Then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? I drive deliveries. I drive deliveries for a small antique shop and we're closing down. Shuffling around the dusty ghosts of antiquity. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious dusty machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce anyway. Far too late to do anything. So let's talk to Andrew. Don't cough. Be careful. Because of the mold? Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it... No, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it. How would you characterize this space, the one we're standing in now? Kind of spooky, but I'm not scared. Spooky for a baby. I think we'd all agree that's a fair assessment. How could... Wait, let's unpack that for a moment. What makes it spooky? No, how do you know it's spooky, or would be spooky for a baby? The shadows. Sure, but they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be. They're projections, or maybe is this guy a philosopher? Or maybe they're anatomies. How's that? Can you tell where they are now? Surrounded by creeping anatomies? Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Only if you close yours. Okay, I can do it from memory. Good. Now, you are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. What are all these computers for? Computers? Oh, now I remember. I was writing on them. I described a cave. That was my job, describe the cave. There's a great history of caves in the literature, don't you know? The walls are frozen rivers of orange stone. Isn't that vivid? I had a lot to live up to. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing, someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. I put in the hours. Believe me, I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often, in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write, and all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. Let's go to Xanadu. Xanadu. Oh, there's Roberta. Let's talk to Roberta first. The kingdom is in peril. Roberta laughs. Well, what else is new? Where's the kingdom? You're in the throne room. There are 3 legendary treasures hidden throughout the castle that will restore these runes to their former glory. What do they look like? She's messing with you, kid. Roberta laughs. Enchanted jewelry. Talismans. A magic mirror that prevents the future. A magic shield that protects the bearer from age. A magic chest that's always filled with... I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. Senescence? Huh, I don't know that word. The kingdom is in peril. Senescence. There's Xanadu. Well, let's look at it first, and then we'll try and interface with it. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine. Humming faintly, an electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. Ooh, you're gonna look it up. Thanks, Darkak. How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key. Condition or process of deterioration with age. Loss of Excel's power, division, and growth. So getting older. Decay. We're all going through senescence. In a sense, we're going through senescence. Scene 5. But in a sense, there's no innocence. At Den of... Oh, I didn't catch that. You are standing at the... Huh, this thing is in rough shape. Try blowing on it. How do I blow some dust off the keyboard and presses the return key? So this is actually really cool to me now. Earlier this year, a couple of weeks ago, I played Colossal Cave. At least I gave it a try. That's the Roberta and Ken Williams who created Sierra back in the day. They remade the original Colossal Cave Adventure, which was the game that inspired them to make adventure games. So yeah, Colossal Cave Adventure is one of the original, like, the text adventure. And from what I remember, it was based on the Kentucky Cave system, which is also kind of the precursor to this game, kind of going back. I remember when I was reading developer interviews with Kentucky Route Zero. So the game starts in front of like a farmhouse. And there were versions with little images. So I guess the whole idea of the Xanadu computer in the cave is supposed to be kind of a throwback to Colossal Cave Adventure. It kind of looks like a house, type house. Typing house. This is richtig. You are in Bur. That's... Oh, look at that. Lula talking. Did that say Lula? Lula. Donald. I've got the machine. I can't really decipher much of this. School of something, so we won't. Joseph has transcribed, typewriter, and you've given Damn, I can't tell what she's saying. Oh, I have my portable degausser with me. Old systems like this one can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degausser clears it out by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around it until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway, like shaking a snow globe. Worth a shot. Well, okay. Stalactites across the ceiling. So stalactites are the ones that hang down then. So stalagmites are the ones that go up. I always get those two confused. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. This is a lost cause. What a piece of junk. Oh, that's the end of the scene. Scene 6. Hall of the Mountain King. Bizarre. And what was that about Lula? Maybe Dolan knows how to clear it up a bit. Let's go over to Donald. So, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Pretty busted. The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. What did they look like? They look like... No, it's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me. But it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, I'd... Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? We're looking for her now. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Ha. Joseph from the gas station in episode 1. Pardon me. Lula is gone from here, but Donald points across the cave with his pipe, still in there, in Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind the damn tangled highway. But Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation. Until... But maybe? Those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've spent many eager seconds to negotiate with them, to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines. Crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees, from rock to crystal and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe, a few dreams left. Scene end. Scene 7. Wonder if we're going to get to the end of this before I finish today. Where'd the strangers come from? Probably not. Maybe, probably not. Oh, I had to walk out myself. Silly me. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. Worth a look inside, I guess. I want to stay outside. Okay, I'll stay with him. We can look for lizards. Okay, we'll make it quick. Epitaph is engraved on the stone grave marker. Miles Grant, generous disposition, will be missed. Below the inscription, a note is written in white chalk. Oh God. HT8191T, fill date June 29th, notes of almond. Well, I think I know what these graves are, but let's just look at another one. An epitaph is engraved on the stone grave marker. Kyriakos Korsaris and Bruno de Figueiredo. We think you two would really have liked each other. Below the inscription, note is written in white chalk. HT8192B, fill date July 24th. Weird finish. Let's do one more. Epitaph is engraved on the stone grave marker. Yana Malashiva always had a far-off look. Probably still does. HT8192E, fill date August 1, aftertaste of rainwater. Yep, I think this is part of the whiskey making process. Find any lizards? One, but it went under a rock. That's lizards for you. Is that guy your boyfriend? Nah, what's a boyfriend anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. See, it means something. It's specific. I want to be specific. I think you are. It's the middle of the night, and here you are in a graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. You've just got to make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half-foot shorter and all gray, no eyes. They were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining in the tunnels. Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows. And ever since that night, we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. I feel more like myself every day. I think I should be a musician too. Is that right? I'll have to keep an eye on you. There you are. What'd you find in there? It wasn't. Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. It doesn't matter. Right? Okay. We got what we need. Let's go. Scene 8. Back in the hall of the Mountain King. This time... Plenty of time. Singing softly. Trace and Orbit ran the road and closed your eyes with holy dread. For we on mold and whiskey fed and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? They say you need to scrape the mold off the timing crystal. But the mold? Of course, too much mold on the timing crystal would send the simulation adrift. Each moment lived out of sync. By all means, yes, clean the timing crystal. Ah, we're controlling Shannon now. Do you see anything that looks like a timing crystal? Yeah, right here behind the control panel. It's filthy. Right. We're supposed to scrape off this black moldy stuff. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. Scene 9. So many scenes. This ain't a scene, it's a goddamn arms race. Ho, 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 ho. Xanadu. At end of road. Ah, there's that farmhouse. We're standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Land use of forest. Check out the building. Enter building. There we go. It's a lantern. We're inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There's a sensible modern electric lantern nearby. Get the lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. North. In forest. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? Climb a tree. I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Can we dig a hole? You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze. South, east, north, west. You're in forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components and a small handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she is doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor valves and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. Let's go back the way we came. You're in forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitchen no more than a few weeks old dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Maybe he has something to say. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on, from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! Kitty? What, Lisa? What? Did I miss the cat? I've been noting the sounds of the forest, with an ear for speech and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm here to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punched cards. Oh, yeah, the kitchen. Okay, I missed that. At edge of hole. Ooh, that's quite a hole. We're at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. I only understand you as far as wanting to yell. Yell any pirates down there. No response. Sorry, kid. You're batting 0 today. At least we know there's no pirates. Down into the hole. That seems pretty obvious. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. The cave walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. You'll lose your footing and fall to your death. Your score was 0 out of a possible 8,192. What? You may continue or quit. Continue. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. In bed quilt. You are in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula removes the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begins heading up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Say something back to her. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive. Ask her about the cave. Having second thoughts? I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Weird acoustics. Earlier, as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices for a moment, or not voices themselves, but the echoes of voices, singing some kind of eerie, tuneless working song. I'm glad I'm not down here alone. What's the gear they're carrying? Ask Lula about gear. Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. Maybe if we help Lula, she'll have more to tell us. Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color lead goes to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. Do you think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean. Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves to... Do you know, I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains, I mean. We might come across a petrified mollusk or a partial dinosaur footprint, and we say, there was a point of contact here where a body touched the earth. Maybe there's a little bit of evidential garbage, but the life who owned that body never cared and has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. But suppose I shine my lantern on one of these walls and I see a crude painting, thousands of years old. 2 men and a woman, charcoal and blood on rock. Someone put that there to keep something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment. A worry maybe, a regret. She made a painting to keep something alive for her, but like that dead mollusk and that interrant dinosaur, she had to move on. Whatever it was is gone, and now we're looking at this painting, this dangling copy with no original. You are interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell is that? Let's check it out. In tunnels. Wow, language. It sure is language, Peter. It sure is. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. How do you like all this, kid? There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that anyway. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged, crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. Okay, I hope you get some sleep, Dorcax. Thanks for joining. See you next time in Crystal Room. Oh, it's one of them. You are in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life. A crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. Let's follow Lula. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourselves cornered. You have hit a dead end. Who are they? Comfort her. Comfort Lula. You reassure Lula that the strangers are harmless. Are you sure? Maybe you're right. It sounds like they've gone back to work. All right, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact, then we'll find our way back to the equipment. You are in Bedquilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Lula is here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? Hey, and Kenneth is finally here. Hello, Kenneth. What up, Herf crew? Search for him. Search. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. With the equipment. The various computer and audio equipment cast angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Finally here. Yeah, what have you been up to this afternoon? Down one of the tunnels. Search tunnel. You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints on the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Joseph climbs down from the rope still tied above. That damn sound, those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here, and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work in the church, but it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lula looks down at her feet. We should ask him more about that. Donald, you've heard the same damn stories I have, but it's different. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Getting back on track. We're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something at Joseph about the project you were working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves. What about those men? You know they'll come back. Tell them we can find somewhere to start a fire. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. Pardon me. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down to Zero. I think we need her to stay. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. How do you mean? Vain. Vanity. Ain't it the truth? My aunt Remedios, before she got into the whole ethnomusicography thing, she was a painter, mostly nudes in oil. She had this model. I'll never forget him. Big, classically physical guy. Looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room while Aunt Remedios made a sketch of his profile or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair, long black hair that ran down just to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting. Early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder, laying across his chest in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird indignant shuffle thing, or the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver or I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now, just that black swirl, probably the best one she ever painted. It's still going? Boo! I want to leave Xanadu behind now. What's the poem? Xanadu or Kublai Khan something something something. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Whoa, it's like Xanaduception. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Huh! It's now a management sim. Hire a new research assistant. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Greg, who studies architecture. Assign assistants. Assign. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Well, we'll start with debugging. Assigning available research assistants to debugging. Oh damn, it's almost 4. Come on, this needs to stop so I can stop. Sleep. Time passes. Greg fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Now is the time to continue your work. Oh, more realism. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's hire a few new research assistants then. Mary Ann, who studies fine art. No new applicants. Okay, you can only hire one a day. One. Okay. Greg extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. Marianne makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Mold coverage is higher. Boop. You have hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. There's Weaver. There we go. Marianne widens tunnel slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Greg types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Weaver discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Intruders! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now is the time to continue your work. Not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0. Rick, who studies library sciences. Sleep. Greg identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Weaver makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible leathery tumbleweeds. Rick summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Mary Ann muses about the love lives of fungal colonies. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Ah. Hire Amy, who studies human-computer interaction. Marianne fixed bugs. Rick carefully transcribed the sounds of dripping water and all their variations over a period of several hours. Amy transcribed experiences. Greg posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Maybe we should try to start over or something. Doesn't seem to be helping. Okay. I want to keep playing. Come on, kid. We got stuff to do. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Quit game? I only understood you as far as wanting to quit. Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over. Eat the lamp. Don't be ridiculous. Maybe we have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass. Mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take the burning, disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable, makes an excellent catalyst, and leaves behind a sweet narcotic perfume. One night, you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then, later that night, an old friend. You really did go deeper into the caves. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Huh. And that's where we're going to leave it today. I'll wait till it loads, and then I think it will save where it needs to be. Okay. Yay. Cool. Whew, that was a long sequence. Well, hope you all enjoyed that. We'll definitely be finishing Act 3 next time. Maybe, I don't think we'll get to the end of Act 4 next time, but we'll get a chunk into it. My guess is this will be at least 3 more episodes, if not a little more. We shall see. Anyways, I'm happy you were all here and keeping me company through this. Thanks for letting me know about the chat not showing up and everything else that went wrong. Hopefully, hey, maybe next time there will be no technical difficulties at all. Man can dream, right? Well, I'm glad you all were here. Hope you enjoy yourself once again. I never know how to sign these things off, so I keep rambling. But enjoy your gaming. I'll see you next time. Whew.